job. Yeah. Uh, it's the daily go get mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. Are you a Magic Johnson or Dwayne Wade tonight? We got something different tonight. Tonight, we're going to ask a question really pertaining to your parenting, but dealing with a real life situation that we have to deal with today's youth and today's social climate. So, would you be more like a Magic Johnson or would you be more like a Dwayne Wade if you found out that your son or your daughter wanted to become a transgender at a really young age? You know, nowadays, these young people are making decisions about their sexuality at a really young age. And it's hard to understand for a lot of adults. I mean, to be totally honest, it's hard for me to understand. I'm thinking that, how are you 100% sure about your sexuality at that age if it's not heterosexual? Like I'm thinking that you know exactly that you're a heterosexual at whatever age, but but then again, I guess you would know what you're feeling inside and where your attractions come from. But as a parent, especially as a father having sons, I know most fathers, almost, I would say 99% of fathers normally picture their sons getting into sports, starting to like girls, making money for themselves, being successful in some type of area that's probably in the realm of masculinity. But if you have to deal with a situation where your son doesn't want that way of life, how would you deal with it? Would you be supportive like a Dwayne Wade is? Some people feel like Dwayne Wade is over the top with his support when it comes to his son. And we all know which son he's talking about because I don't think that he's an only child, but he definitely is the only child that they have to be concerned about because he's very out there and very out there and very vocal about his sexual preference at a young age. I think he was like, 11, 12 years old, already telling his parents that he wanted to be a girl and he wanted to live his life that way. And Dwayne went all the way in. He went all the way in. Then you take a look at Magic Johnson's son. Stark contrast from Dwayne Wade's son. Now, take into consideration that Magic Johnson is older, much older than Dwayne Wade, and comes from a different era. Nowadays, you have to kind of go back in the books, go back in the history, go back in the days, and find out whether the history even matters, whether back in the day even matters, whether the times were all that different. At least from our vantage point, they give us the impression that this stuff has always been going down, it's always been brewing, and now it's just at a fever pitch to the point where people are more comfortable coming out. I can't say one way or another, but I will say when it comes to parenting, especially nowadays, there are a lot of challenges that you may have to face as far as how you're going to deal with your child making decisions about the path the path that they are going to follow as far as their sexuality, as far as their career choices, as far as a lot of things. You know, I'm 53 years old. I'll be 54 this year. And I come from an era where a lot of children did the same kind of jobs that their parents did. Like, your dad was a cop. You were a cop. You became a cop. I know families all full of cops. Everybody's a cop. Everybody gets to be a cop, male and female. Like, they do the cop thing. Same thing with union jobs. You know, listen, I worked in construction. Everybody in my family works in construction. Maybe not the girls. Maybe sometimes them too. Railroad, whatever. You know, it's a way to pass the torch and show your offspring how to make a decent living and how to operate within the confines of a certain work environment. It's cool. But I come from an era where that was a common thing. That was a common thing. You did what your parents did. So when you decided to do something different than what your parents did, normally it was something positive. Normally it was something that was respectable. Normally it was something like, I don't know if y'all ever saw this movie. It was an old movie, came out back in the day. It was called Johnny Dangerously. The movie was called Johnny Dangerously, and it starred Michael Keaton. You know Michael Keaton, the first Batman from the Batman. You know, I'm talking about the 1988 Batman. Remember? And in this movie, Johnny Dangerously was a gangster. He was a street gangster out, you know, doing racketeering and shakedowns and loan sharking. He was a straight gangster, you know, lived a life of crime. And he had a baby brother who wanted to become a lawyer. Not just a lawyer, but a prosecutor. He had a baby brother who wanted to fight crime. So he was very supportive of his baby brother who wanted to fight crime while he's doing his thing, committing crimes. You know, it was a funny movie, but it dealt with a real, you know, deep and serious subject. Because of course, Johnny Dangerously, who was Michael Keaton, he couldn't share with his colleagues or his fellow gangsters that he had a brother who was in a job, who was taking a job to take all of them down. You know, so he had to support his baby brother on the low, and he was very supportive of his baby brother. So when we look at today, of course, if you are somebody's parent, more than likely, because it's not definitely anymore, but more than likely you are a heterosexual person, a heterosexual male, heterosexual female. That's how you got kids in the first place. We know that there are other scenarios in which you may have been heterosexual in some ways with some people at some times, and not so heterosexual in other ways with other people at other times. And we know that nowadays we have situations where two females or two males may actually have a child together, whether it's with artificial insemination or surrogate or adoption or whatever the case may be. But that's what we're dealing with in today's society. We're dealing with a whole lot of different alternative lifestyles and situations where you can make something that ain't supposed to be created. You can be the creator of that. Oh, hold up. Time for us to get dressed. Put our clothes on here before we get started. We came here to get started, to cold act ill or get retarded. All right, let's go. So hold on. I'm gonna put on mine first. Put my shit on. All right. Now I got y'all. Here, y'all put yours on. Here we go. Okay, looking good. Levels is good. Levels. Good. Hold on. Okay. All right. That's good. Take a picture of y'all so y'all can see yourselves. Hold on. All right. Oh, this is a goodie. All right. Look at you. Huh? Look good, son. You're looking good in there. All right, let's go. All right. So, would you be more like a Dwayne Wade or more like a Magic Johnson if you had a son or a daughter that told you that they wanted to be a transgender? Or I guess by the time they tell you that they want to be it, they already done it. So you either support it or you don't. But what kind of supporter would you be? Now, there's a big difference between the way that Magic Johnson handled his and Dwayne Wade handled his. First of all, Magic Johnson's son was older when he made the decision. I think he was probably on that. He had to have been on that path the whole time. He definitely looks like he knew how to turn double dutch, do some hair, and maybe he was probably good at baking cookies or cakes or some shit like that. Yeah, it's stereotypical, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So Magic Johnson, I'm not sure, but I've never heard Magic Johnson come out and publicly support his son. It's like everybody knew that was Magic Johnson's son, and we was all just looking like, that's your boy? Okay. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard Magic Johnson come out and support his son openly. I haven't even seen any pictures with both of them in it. Have you? I haven't seen that. I'm not. Hold on. I'm sure this is the internet. I'm sure we can find some images of Magic Johnson and his son. Holy shit. We got some pictures. Oop. And it's funny because when I'm looking at the picture, I was like, that must be his wife. Like, nah, that's that's Magic Johnson and his son. Now, he didn't always look like that. Before, he just looked like a body boy. He just looked like, somebody who was on their way. But I see that his name is EJ. Is his name, is he like a junior? Like, is his name Irvin Johnson too? Yeah, this is crazy. Hold on. All right. There's another photo. Let me see. There's another one. So I guess that that explains a lot. Like, I'm thinking I've never seen them in any photos together. And I hadn't. But evidently I never went and looked for them. But I don't know if anybody has ever interviewed Magic Johnson and asked him about his son or whatever. I'm not aware of any of those interviews if they exist. From my point of view, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, from my point of view, Magic Johnson just sort of let his son do his thing, and he sort of just stood on the sidelines like, yeah, that's my boy and everything. Y'all see what it is. Don't ask me on no crazy shit. You know what I mean? That seems to be the stance that Magic Johnson took. Now, with Dwayne Wade, Dwayne Wade's son declared that he wanted to be a girl when he was like 11 or 12 years old. Now I'm thinking, and a lot of people were thinking that at that young of an age, you shouldn't be allowing your son or your daughter to be taking that much control over their sexual or their sexual preference, their gender preference. Yeah, nowadays we have to deal with gender preferences. But, so a lot of people didn't really approve of that. But what they did approve of was how Dwayne Wade was supportive of his son and protective of his son. He was more like, well, listen, you my boy, whatever you want to do, we gonna do. And ain't nobody gonna touch you or say nothing about it while I'm here. So let's talk about it. Let me see where are we so far. Care Bear, thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. And she says Dwayne Wade has been supporting his kids' choice since they were in elementary school. I couldn't support that trans decision. You're probably not. I'm sure you're not alone in that. And a day late and a dollar short says, I have a question. Okay. Junior Delgado. I'll get the fuck out of here. Dimples D's. What up, Dimples D's? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. And Death Star says, oh my God, it's you. What do you do, boo? Y'all be tripping. He said, it's the boy Buckshot. What up, Buckshot? Well, if it's my boy Buckshot, why is your name Death Star? Like, what y'all into? You know what I mean? Y'all be what y'all doing on the internet that y'all have to switch up accounts and shit like that? What, y'all getting kicked out? Having y'all pages taken away? Y'all out there being reckless? What we doing? What we doing? Oh, Buckshot. Buckshot, I got a feeling that that you're somebody I know. You know what I mean? I need you to take off that KKK mask. I need you to take off that hoodie so I can see who you are. I think I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know, she been floating around here under the guise of blah 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 blah. I haven't said her name, but some things are very suspicious and almost a little obvious. Bawana Haguski says, what up, Pops? You're not rocking the beads today? Oh, you know I'm coming through with the busy beads. All right. Okay. Bawana says, both of them embrace that madness. I didn't know. It looked to me like Magic was more hands off. I've never seen any interviews where they brought up his son, asked him about it. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. See, I'm not really up on a lot of celebrity news and all that kind of stuff. I'm not up on that. But sometimes when you watch the playoffs or whatever, you see certain people commentating and things like that. That's how I normally stumble upon stuff. I ain't going looking for that shit. I got other real people, to deal with and real life shit. All right, a cat named Scamper. What up, a cat named Scamper? Thanks for coming back through. He says, tough question. However, it wouldn't get to that because of my parenting style and the school I chose for them. So you think it has more to do? See, that's the thing about this whole transgender thing, this whole gay thing. Like it doesn't really have anything to do with how you raise them. Like other factors, like maybe the compulsion to become a criminal or to do another job or to be a certain type of way as far as your personality is concerned, like being a liar or a cheat or a thief or something like that, being dishonest. But you can't stop a person from thinking that somebody is cute, that they think is cute. I've heard men struggle with this shit. I've heard fathers struggle with it. And I've heard them say shit like, all of these beautiful girls out here, you want to be with a boy? And his boy is like, well, yeah. I don't see girls as being pretty. I mean, they pretty. Like maybe this water bottle is pretty. But that's not who I want to date. Like, He wants a more masculine type. He wants to date that. You know, so when we start talking about your attractions, ain't nothing you can do. You know, like who, pardon my French and my American, but who a man's dick gets hard for, it gets hard for. And who a woman's pussy gets wet for, it gets wet for. Ain't nothing you can do about it. All the talking, all the psychology, the therapy, the taking them to the church, the priest, and having them, it ain't gonna change shit. Who you are sexually attracted to is who you're sexually attracted to. And that's what makes you gay or straight. Ain't no more to it. People be trying to confuse the issue like it has, as much as I appreciate Dr. Umar Johnson, when him and other people start talking about, well, such and such was molested, or they were sexually assaulted when they were younger, and that's why they became gay. And I'm like, maybe I have a disconnect with that because it doesn't make sense to me. Because you can sexually assault me all you want. I'm not going to stop being attracted to women. Ain't nothing you can do about that. That has to be it. To be gay, it has to be in you. Because your dick, every man knows what I'm talking about. Your dick ain't gonna work if it ain't the right. It's like if you attracted to skinny girls or fat girls, and the opposite of that wants to get with you. You like, you're cool, but you ain't really my type. You might be able to get it off on a one-off, but that's not what you're attracted to. And what you're attracted to is what you're going to find at some point. So a lot of people be talking about some, like back in the day, especially back in my mom and my dad's day, if you was married, then they thought you automatically was straight. Like you married and you had kids. You know how many married men have been chocolate chasing? They done brought back, especially during the AIDS era. The crack and AIDS era brought that shit back to their wives, and everybody died. It happened. He wasn't comfortable with his sexual status. And so eventually, if you are gay, you're going to go out and find that shit. It don't have nothing to do with how you talk, how you walk, how you act, and all that, because you can fake all of that. I've never really seen anybody, me personally, I've never seen any man that was on a down low that I didn't think was on the down low. I be hearing their wives talking about something. I didn't know he was like that. I'm like, well, how come I can see it? How come everybody else can see it? You don't see this motherfucking, you don't see this motherfucking Cortillion? You don't see this Lotus over here? You don't see this Pussy Willow? You don't see this chrysanthemum? Those are flowers. All of those, I've never, so whatever, man. Whatever. Okay. Buana Haguski says he could dunk and wear high heels. Wow. That sounds like Prince. Okay. You said you heard. Okay, all right. Many circus pics with Magic about his son. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Ken Damage says, bro, you look. No. Oh, why did I read this fucking comment? But I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? Listen. When you've been through what I've been through, and when you get to where I am, like somebody trolling, trying to, flip the script on me, I'm like, nigga, you must be crazy. Like, yo, you searched the whole internet at 1 a.m. to find me, to try to knock me off my square. I'm like, come on, son. You gotta do better. Listen, I need to start trolling. so I can show motherfuckers how to do this shit. You know, I mean, because if you want, listen, you gotta hit where you think it's gonna hurt, son. You know what I mean? Let me just give y'all all a word of advice. All the trolls that come by here tonight, you gotta hit where it hurts. If you don't hit where it hurts, it ain't. Dog, like trying to say I'm gay or some dumb shit like that. That's like saying I look like a snail. Like, come on. Step your game up, you bitch. Like, come on. Don't do it. Like, do something that works. You know? Like, do something, like, look deeper. Try harder. Listen to what I'm saying and think about something that might hurt. Don't say nothing dumb that's obvious that everybody can see. Like, oh, look, that's why you ain't got no hair. Like, that's dumb, son. I'm in front of this camera. You don't think I'm good with that? Like, come on. Work. All right. Heather says, wow, that necklace is amazing. Is that ivory? No, these are cow bones. So I don't know if you were here when I put yours on too. Y'all wearing the same one. But these are cow bones. These are cow bones. I can put them up closer so y'all can see. They're cow bones. That's why you hear that clickety clack. That clickety clack. These are cow bones. And like I told y'all last night, anytime I wear a necklace, there's always a sun on it. Y'all see? Hold on, let me get it in focus. Y'all see that? You see? It's always a sun. I'm from the sun. You're from the sun. I worship the sun. I don't know if you do, but let's go. All right. See, Heather says, okay. Oh, cool. Why not use the bones to make something? Yeah, I made them. I took them to make the necklace. That's us. No, I'm the real Buckshot Watch. Okay. No, I mean, but it's Buckshot. Never mind. Triple X, Nabob, Triple X. What you got to say about old Bob? I don't know, old Bob. Oh, damn. All right, Buckshot, you got it. Mr. Tommy Gunn, 1979. Thanks for coming back through. I appreciate you, man. And the cat named Scamper says, also, it's about raising them and being there for them. If by any means they are to be gay, then it is what it is. But for sure, I know I wasn't the enabler of it. Changing their PP through though. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm with you. All that transgender shit, I mean, it is what it is. They defend it to the hilt. You know, they got the government defending this shit. Well, one branch of it. You know what I mean? But it's ridiculous when it really all comes down to it. But maybe it's just ridiculous to us because we're not into that. That's not us. You know, that's not our preference. That's not our lifestyle. That's just not who we are. So it may, everything that they do and the whole ideology of it to us might be ridiculous. But evidently, to some people, it makes sense. I know gay people who say, man, that's going too far, dog. And that's not to say that their opinion represents everybody else. Buana says, they pretty, but I don't want to stick my Johnson in them. Chill. All right. Oh, Bob says, who you talking to when you got 13 people in the room? Motherfucker, let me tell you something. I wouldn't give a fuck if nobody was in the room. I do this every day. If you go to my channel, you see I do this every day. whether it's up or whether it's down, whether it's up, whether it's down. I know how this thing works, but I'm glad you're here. But no, I don't have to have a crowd in order. Listen, I know what I'm talking about when I turn this microphone on and when I turn this camera on. So, regardless who is here, you gotta rock them all. You know, when I used to do stand-up comedy, a lot of comics couldn't perform in small rooms because if it wasn't a lot of people there, they couldn't get up the energy. My thing was, did you get paid? Are you getting paid to rock the mic? Are you getting paid to tell your jokes? Are you getting paid to perform? Yeah. Well, then I don't give a fuck if it's 2 people there. You make them laugh. It shouldn't be all that hard. It's a lot harder to make 20 people laugh than it is to make 200 people laugh. It really is. So, you know. All right. Daniel Gutierrez, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate it. All right. All right. And what's that? Mirdotov? I don't know. Every day headlock of this guy. I don't know. I ain't got TX Carnage. Dallas and 6. You think so? You think so? Oh, I know. I know in Indiana and Boston went to war tonight, didn't they? You say Dallas and 6. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Penstab says, "Oh shit, it's sun." Yes, it is. Says, "What's in the juice? What's in the juice?" You know we got the black seed, we got the turmeric, we got the chlorella, we got the the echinacea, and we got the red onion, we got the tomato, we got the spinach, we got the collard greens, we got the turnip, we got the radish, we got I said tomato, right? We got the celery, and we got the cucumber up in here. That's what we got up in here. And we got a beet in there. That's why it's this brown color, because the beet just couldn't overpower everything, but it did turn it brown instead of green. This is good shit. But I wouldn't recommend that y'all just put the vegetables in here. Y'all gotta season it up. What I do is I use some liquid seasoning. I use some liquid seasoning and some other stuff that I like to make it taste good. Because just eating those vegetables raw, you ain't gonna keep doing that shit because it's nasty. I don't know if any of y'all old enough to remember when bodybuilders and shit used to eat raw eggs. It was like a symbol of toughness. You could just crack 2 eggs on a plate and just eat them raw. You know that shit is. You could easily get salmonella from that shit. What up? Buckshot says, I bought 17.5 grams of indoor purple for $45. What is indoor purple? I hope you're not talking about lean. Henry Williams says Canada, Brampton, Punjabi Day. That was Indian population. I don't know. Miss TN, what's in the smoothie? All right, I know you heard it now. Sebastian Barth coming through. What up, my peoples? Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Listen, we are talking about, are you more like a Dwayne Wade or more like a Magic Johnson? Like if your son or your daughter, but definitely your son, if he told you that he wanted to live his life as a woman, a girl, transgender, whether he went all the way and actually got a sex change, or whether he just wanted to, do the high heel pumps, weave, eyelashes, mad makeup, and girl clothes, like, would you be supportive like Dwayne Wade would, or would you be more like Magic Johnson, who is a little bit more standoffish and less hands-on? Dwayne Wade, he did that shit like he took hold and supported his son like he was Tiger Woods on some old, like, you know how Tiger Woods was a golf prodigy. Well, he with the transgender shit, they had me looking at Dwayne. I still look at Dwayne Wade sideways though. I ain't lying. I always looked at Dwayne Wade sideways like, I don't know, man. Too many skinny jeans, and then allowing his wife to publicly come out and tell and talk about eating his ass. So I'm thinking that with Dwayne Wade's son, maybe the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I mean, if y'all disagree with that, anybody disagree with me, wave your arm. You said it looks extra healthy. The drink, this is good shit. This is good shit. Now, one thing you'll notice about me is I don't have problems with acne. You know, you're not gonna see me no pimples or even any razor bumps or no shit like that. And I think it's because I eat a good amount of vegetables. Like, it's a lot of vegetables in this drink. It's a lot in here. This is good shit. But don't just eat smoothies just because it has some vegetables or some fruit in it. Make a concoction. Do your homework. Do your research. Find out the things that do the things that you want them to do for you, and make a smoothie that way. Then make it taste good. Because if it tastes good, then you won't labor to go and drink it. If it don't taste good, you ain't gonna go back and. It's like exercises. When you have to do exercises that you don't like, you'll do them and push through them, but as soon as you get a chance not to do them, you won't do them. It's like leg day. I'm like, oh, I hate leg day. After a while, you're gonna stop doing legs because you don't like it. So do the shit that you like. Put this shit in here that works for you. Like, if you know you have breathing problems, get the stuff that works for that. If you know you have problems with your kidneys, your colon, or get the stuff that actually works for whatever ailments that you have, so you can actually make it work for you. That's my advice to you. All right. Mr. Tommy Gunn says the state of this geezer. Is that me? All right. Crystal Lynn, Dawn Day Chief Chef. Thanks for coming back through. Appreciate it. And she says, cow bones, and why do you wear them? What do they represent? Well, these are called struggle beads. And the reason I wear struggle beads is because back in the 80s, where I grew up as a teenager, we wore dookie ropes. We wore big chains. We wore we wore more stuff that was like this. I don't like small jewelry. Like, I wear this shit only to work. Little shit like this. It's cool to work. But other than that, I like my jewelry big. I like big, flashy jewelry. The Run DMC, Slick Rick, the Biz Markie type, Big Daddy Kane type shit. Now, I like that shit. So, but the struggle represents, growing up in the 80s, we had to get through the crack era. We had to get through the gang era. We had to get through the AIDS era. It wasn't easy growing up as a teenager in the 80s. So these are sort of like my dookie ropes of a natural source. These are my dookie ropes of a natural source, but they represent the struggle. So all my people born in the 70s or the late 60s that came of age in the 80s, this represents the struggle. When there used to be a difference between black music and white music. Did y'all know rap music used to be considered black music and rock music used to only be considered white music? Pop music used to be considered white music? That's how it was. Not that only black or white people listen to it, but that's how we were segregated. It was a struggle. I don't really believe that we've come together now, but these beads are representative of the struggle. All right, so I call them struggle beads. What is your religion? You could say I'm a Muslim, but don't pencil me in there because you're not going. I'm spiritual, man. You know what I mean? I believe in a supreme being. I believe in a higher calling, but I can't do religion. I just can't. I don't believe in man. Not that way. Okay. Penstaff says, hit 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 where it hurts. Oh yeah. Look like you about your height on your driver's license. I bet you wear New Balances. You have DVR at every episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Fuck you talking about. And I don't wear what do you say? What do you say? Wear New Balances. I've never had a pair of New Balances in my life. Now, if you would have said Reebok Classics, you would have hit it on the nose. But this is what I wear today. See my Clarks? Clarks. You see that? See? Originals. See? Clarks Originals. You know, I rock my shit. You know? I wear my Wallabies, baby. I do my Wallows. Fuck you talking about? I ain't no punk dresser. I'm fly. Fuck, I don't care what you think. Every day says, what happens on Street for Real? I don't know what you're talking. All right. Every day says, all talk, we knew it. Self-talk. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. All right, Crystal says, I can still recall when the word gay meant happy. Humans have made it an evil, just saying. Listen, man. Listen. The world we live in today, the topic that we're talking about tonight is a very real topic that every parent has to take into consideration. You know, these kids today gay. They are. Sure, not all of them, but way more than, you know, if you grew up in any time before the 80s, no, I'm going to say before the 90s, you didn't see this. You did not see this level. I'm not saying that they weren't any gay, because there were plenty. There always have been plenty. But like this, you ain't had no kids coming out and no 11 years old, 12 years old talking about they wanted to be a girl and thinking their parents was going to support that shit. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. First of all, you ain't old enough to even like the opposite sex. Or not to date them. You know, you talk about you want to be with them? You want to be one of them? Come on, man. But a lot of people praise Dwayne Wade for being supportive. I mean, that's good for him. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I could have pulled it off. Not that level of support. I would have had to have been more like, well, listen, man, I mean, you my son, and I'm going to love you. But I'm not marching in the gay parade or no LGBT. I'm not fucking with that organization in any kind of way. First of all, they're getting too much money. They got too much power, and they own too much bullshit. Canceling people out, telling people that they can't. They talk all of this equality shit, but they tell everybody what they can't say about them. I'm like, so we can joke about anybody else. Everybody else is on the menu, but y'all are off limits. No. So Dave Chappelle, y'all be trying to. Yeah, and not that Dave Chappelle is no kind of hero, because he ain't no hero. But he expresses how he feels about y'all and some of that fuck shit y'all be doing. And it ain't all of y'all. All of y'all ain't on that fuck shit. But the ones who are always trying to cancel somebody. Let me tell y'all something about this canceling thing. You can only be canceled by the people who pay you. But that's what they all about, stopping money. That's why the only people who really have to worry about the LGBTQ are people who are out in the limelight getting money, because those are the people that they cancel. Yeah, a private businessman, they can't cancel him. Regular 9-to-5 employee, you can't cancel him. Now, if you at your job and you do some civil rights violation shit and call somebody the F-bomb, and I don't mean fuck. Yeah, you could wind up losing your job, but you could wind up losing your job by saying a whole lot of other things derogatory in nature at your job. But you won't be canceled by the LGBTQ. You're gonna be canceled by the LGBTQ if you sing, rap, dance, act, play an instrument, perform on stage. You know, those are the people that they get. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Pen stab. Hold on. He says, or she. Maybe it's just ridiculous to us. Exactly, man. It doesn't make sense to you, but the people who live that way obviously feel like it makes sense to them. I think accepting that is baseline decency. Well, accepting it, you may be right about that. But when it comes to things like allowing a man who is dressed up like a woman to use a woman's bathroom, that's where I have to draw the line. Fuck no. Not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. No, I don't agree with that. And that's not equality. That's superiority, allowing somebody to do that. Because in reverse, it doesn't work. You know, you can dress up like anything you want to dress up like, but you can't be what you're not. You just can't be. So it was like, well, I identify with being, you're a man saying that you identify with being a woman, or you're a woman saying you identify with being a man. Well, look, I'm a middle-aged, I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a middle-aged, I was going to say middle class, but I'll say both. I'm a middle-aged man who identifies with being 17. Am I 17? You gonna treat me like I'm 17? Can I be 17? Can I have a high school ID? Why not? I feel I identify with being 17. Or I'm a middle class income man, but I identify with being a billionaire. You gonna treat me like a billionaire? Why not? Treat me like a billionaire. Give me access. Let me, you know, I mean, you just can't be what you're not. And on the flip side, that's a safety issue. That's a safety issue. A man dressed up like a woman trying to use a woman's bathroom. There are things that women do when they are around other women, or should I say in the company of women, that no man has any business witnessing. Things go down in a woman's bathroom that a man ain't got no business being. I don't care how much you identify. You don't get a monthly cycle. And so you don't go through that type of hormonal change. And you can't identify with that. You only think that you can. But there's something about being real. But I'm not here to protest them. I'm here to ask, what kind of parent would you be if you were faced with that situation? Would you support your child, or would you say, well, listen, you can do whatever you want to do, but don't ask me to do nothing that falls into context with that? So just like Dwayne Wade was all in. We gonna do whatever you want to, son or daughter or whatever. Where Magic Johnson was more like, but hey, that's my boy. Or something. It is what it is. Okay. Sonia Igalo says, would you rather have a gay son or a gay daughter? I would rather have neither. But why would I say one over the other? I know some dickhead men, think that lesbianism is okay, but being gay for a man isn't. I've even heard men say it. Like, well, at least if my daughter was gay, I wouldn't have to worry about no boys and blah, blah. I'm like, that's the dumbest shit. What are you worried about boys, chasing your daughter for anyway? Are you trying to date her? But I've heard this kind of shit. And just like if you watch porno movies, you see girl on girl action and you don't see man on man action. So even producers, directors, and movie studios believe that being a gay man is separate from being a gay woman. But for me, I don't make any separations. It's the same. It's the same. The thing about a lot of gay women is that they flip-flop. A lot of them flip-flop. Normally, in a lesbian relationship, one of the women actually likes dick. And that could explain why a lot of the studs be so aggressive towards men, because they know they shorty don't like to just be licked. She like to be stuck. And he figured she shim figures, you know, eventually she gonna want a real one. She might have four kids. So no, I wouldn't want a gay son or a gay daughter. Just keeping it a buck. All right. Penn Step says, so appreciate you being able to acknowledge and respect others' experiences. I mean, it ain't about me. But trust me, I've come a long way. You know, years ago, I would have been a dog on, you know, all that gay shit. You know what I mean? But I'm like, listen, I can't make you choose what I want for you. And then I have to ask myself, well, why am I choosing for you anyway? Why do I want this for you? I mean, I got other shit I gotta do. I mean, just real shit. I have other things to concentrate on besides who somebody's sexual preference is. Until it comes into my sphere in a situation like we're talking about tonight, where it's my son or my daughter, and then it don't really affect me. That's not my community. That's not who I hang with. That's not who I bang with. That's just not. So for me, they pretty much out of sight, out of mind. I mean, do I like the fact that it's hard to watch network TV? Not even just network TV, but any TV programs without them pushing that gay agenda ramming it down your throat? Do I agree with that? No. Can I change it? No. They don't give a fuck what I think. But if it was my son or my daughter, they're going to have to give a fuck about what I think, because I give a fuck about what they think. So I'm going to have to find it in my heart to be supportive of them. And I guess I would. Years ago, I would have said, nah, I ain't supporting shit. Fuck out of here. And don't bring him or her, you know, don't try to bring her around your grandmother and shit. Buckshot. It's not called colon cleanse. It's called colon ream, not colon cleanse. Okay, name Scamper says, I accept it because I don't know anyone around me like that, nor close to the type of mental health illness that they suffer. However, it's their life. Y'all right. Who's to say? Oh, how they say it? Wait. Who's to say how they shall live it? Yeah, that's true. All right. So you wish you could try to juice? You know, years ago I was going to try to market this shit, or at least sell it locally, because I was really believing in it. But if you want to learn how to make it, I made a video about it. It's DG number 78 colon ream, some shit like that. Let me see the name of it. Hold on, y'all. Orlan. I could find it. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. D G number 78 colon Ream. Yeah, it's called. Well, no, this is it. And I made it back in 2014. So y'all can copy that down. I'll leave it here long enough for y'all to screenshot it or do something. Screenshot it. Screenshot it. When you plug it into your search engine, and it'll take you there. Colon Ream Natural Daily Colon Cleanse, DG78. So it was a pretty good video. It was a pretty good video. All right. All right. Buana says, you were a comedian, son. Louis C.K., hilarious. Patrice O'Neal was one of my favorites. George Carlin, another. Yeah, everybody you name is really, really funny. But I have my own style, as you can see. Sean Miller. Wait. Care Bear says, sorry, but I'm not co-signing a sex change for my fifth grader. You nor me are doing that. There are other ways to be a good parent, and we will have to find it. Sean Miller says, Grunt Comics. Plate? I remember them just cracking them into a glass and drinking raw eggs. Yeah. I've seen movies where they cracked it on a plate. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I think they did it in one of Bill Cosby's old movies. I think that was Uptown Saturday Night. It was either Uptown Saturday Night or Let's Do It Again. Because those were sequels. And I remember the dude that he cracked. Yeah, he's gangster and black hat. Like you drunk an egg. That means you gonna whoop somebody's ass. What is that shit, like Popeye spinach? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, but it says Ricky has raw eggs. Then everyone started to Ricky? Oh, you mean Rocky? Oh, did Rocky get that popping? I don't know. All right. Crystal Lynn says, honestly, I wouldn't have a problem. I would like him regardless or love him regardless. And as you should. As you should. My question is, how would you handle the situation? It's not whether you would love your child or not. You're obligated to do so. And I'm sure that, by the time they've made that kind of decision for themselves, you already fallen in love with your child. So we're not questioning whether you would love them or not. Although, some parents haven't been capable of showing their children love, whether they were gay, straight, beautiful, ugly, tall, short, fat, thin. Some parents are just ill-equipped to show love. And I don't mean just open displays of affection and things like that. I mean just really being supportive of your child, getting to know your child, learning to appreciate your child, teaching your child to love themselves and appreciate themselves, telling them that they're important, that they're worthy, that they're beautiful, that they're smart, that they are great, that they're going to be something when they grow up. That's love. That's real support. And I'm sure I know parents that were incapable of doing that and did not do it, and I'm sure that you know them too. I'm sure that you know some too, I should say. Buana says, I'd be more like a Joe Jackson, whoop his ass and make him sing. Zesty's gotta earn too. Well. He says Zesty's gotta earn too. You know what, man? I ain't even mad at that. I don't know if you kidding or serious, but I would, all that kicking ass shit. Like you gotta kick. Joe Jackson kicked ass to make him, play the guitar, sing, and dance. Who knows what Michael could have been if he was allowed to keep that rat. Who knows? Pit Step says, I don't know about the ass eating, but I'd be Dwayne Wade for real, man. My kids, my kids don't have to be anything for me, and I'm going to be whatever they need me to be. Okay, and I'm always going to love them. I ain't mad at that. Kevin says, Crystal, I would love my child, but I can't see myself agreeing to them changing their gender surgically at the age of 10. No child should be able to make that determination at the age of 10. That's insane. Literally, that's literally insanity. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host on 752, and feeling like a real man should. And I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about, would you be more like Magic Johnson or more like Dwayne Wade? Rashad TK says Mike Tyson. Okay, I think you said that before. Crystal says, but it's fun. You want to do it and actually look forward to. I agree with you. Yeah. Well, I want your child to be, fuck all that. Oh, Pim was just playing around. I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at nobody tonight. Sean Miller says, I don't have an issue with gay, lesbian, bisexuality, but anything past that, including the alphabet community, is just pandering. No fight from me. Listen. There's a such thing as equality, and there's a such thing as being fair. And sometimes, a lot of times, the LGBTQ doesn't seem to understand the difference. They talk a lot, but they don't seem to understand what fairness means. Or equality, in my opinion. Reese says, Cat Williams, what? Ben Steph says, I think you see more gay and queer people these days because there's more acceptance and less fear with regard to coming out and living their lives honestly. I think that has a lot to do with it. And what I'm about to say, a lot of people are going to be mad at me about, but I'm going to say it. I think a lot of our youth have been vaccinated, and I think that has had an effect on them, honestly. Because a lot of those vaccinations have ways of restructuring your hormonal activity. Now, we think that it's only restructuring our hormonal activity to make us resistant to certain diseases, mumps, measles, COVID-19, which don't work. But anyway, but how do we know what else is doing? Every drug that people are addicted to was meant for another purpose besides getting high. Heroin is a very good pain reliever, but we only use it to relieve our emotional pain, our social pain. So it does two things at the same time. How do we know that those vaccinations that they require our children to get if they want to attend certain public schools? See, private schools don't be requiring that shit. You don't think that's a little odd? See, in public schools, you get what you pay for. And since you ain't paying shit, you have to adhere to our rules and our agenda. But we got scientists out there, and we have mad scientists out there. We have doctors out there, and we have witch doctors out there. We got mad doctors out there. But I honestly believe that even if it's not the children that are getting the vaccinations, it might be the parents who receive the vaccinations, because a lot of these 80s babies and 90s babies have grown children now. Go figure. Go figure. Well, maybe not grown children, but children that are teenagers. Archer Ellicott says, who watches BBC? I don't watch it consistently. I've watched some programs on it. I always thought the BBC was a very good channel. Kevin says, "Where are you going with this?" Oh, okay, I didn't even catch it. Surely, sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Surely, sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Thanks for coming through, my. And Sean says, "I'm Generation X. The moment someone starts talking about pronouns or identity, I tune out, and their opinions become irrelevant." You getting a cowbell for that? Cause, cause me and you, uh, totally agree. Couldn't agree. Matter of fact, you getting a triangle too. Fuck that. You getting some triangle work for that. You getting some. You getting some. You getting some. You getting. A no, no, no alphabet soup. No, no, no. A no pronouns. No, a transgender. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And maybe just bullshit to me, but that's something that I can't see. It's not gonna get the shit off today. I can't get with that shit. That's beyond gay. See, regular gay. Oh, you got to deal with regular gay, but all that other shit, no way. Y'all making up shit. Queer ain't gay. Queer is some different shit. They adding on extra letters. Like, what the fuck? All right. No rants. No rants. WAP says you can according to you can according to these people how weird they're acting with their gender identity. Weird talk. We are in weird times. No arguments, huh? No argument. Penn Staff says Sean sounds like Sean. Wait a minute. All right, hold on. How close to the end am I? Oh shit, that was far as shit. I can't. Sonia Iagalo says my son had HPV and later had to have surgery for growing a boob. Really? I mean, like, are you serious? That's crazy. Glow Boy Danny. Myra. Smoko. I'm just giving y'all shout outs. I ain't reading no more comments. We gonna rock out. You know what I mean? We gonna rock out. Then I'm gonna let the credits roll. I like this one. Reese says, if you had to choose one, what would you pick? Mexican tacos or Jamaican beef patties? You know what? I'm gonna go with the Jamaican beef patty. You know why? Because it's less messy. You know what I mean? I had some chicken tacos today. And I was like, yo, and you know, tacos get cold too fast. Because I don't know about y'all, but because I went to lettuce and the tomato and all that old shit. I like tacos, but I don't be going crazy over them like a lot of people do. Taco Tuesday. I never ate taco on a Tuesday except for today. Cheryl Hudson says, I have mixed gender friends, but I'm not their parents. If any of my children had to go through that mixed existing ID, I would have to deal. But I hope never that. I hope for you. I'm gonna pray for you. Cheryl also says, truthfully, I'm a people person. I like everyone to feel important, but I will voice my opinion when asked. I hear that. Unturned business. Wait a minute. Yeah, unturned business ally. Bro looks like a magical shaman. I take him. I mean, that's better than some of the shit that I get. But yeah, man, you know, we're talking about how you would handle being a parent of a child that wanted to live an alternative lifestyle. That's all we really talking about. Your child wants to live an alternative lifestyle. Would you be supportive of it? Overly supportive of it, like Dwayne Wade? Or would you be sort of hands off? Like, listen, you do what you do. I ain't got nothing to do with me, like Magic Johnson. You may be willing to be something else. Like maybe a mix of the two. Maybe you'd be a little bit more involved in Magic Johnson, but not as involved as Dwayne Wade. Maybe you would be totally hands off. Like, no, ain't no child of mine allowed to be gay. Man, my baby brother, he said some prophetic shit. Y'all might be mad at what my baby brother said. Fuck out of here. My baby brother said, he said if his son was gay, he said he would be the only one out of all of his kids that was gay. And I was like, well, how you know? He said, because once they see all the bullshit I'm going to put him through, they ain't going to come out. They ain't coming out while they in the crib. I said, God damn. And he go to think, he was dead up. He was serious. You know what I mean? Dead ass. He was not playing about this shit. He said, I'm gonna do him so bad, the rest of them gonna see how he got treated, and they gonna be like, shit, I'm straight in this house. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Love it or hate it. Love it or hate it. He had me looking at him like, damn, nigga. That's what yeah, he meant that shit. He said it with his chest. He said it with his chest. Good looking out, Benjamin Reigns. But yeah, man, it all depends on, I mean, as a parent, I imagine that something like this would blindside you, totally hit you from the blind side. But would it really? Because by the time they make the announcement that they want to live that lifestyle for real, haven't they kind of been showing you what it's hitting for? Like, you might not have liked it. You may have looked the other way. You may have thought maybe he just grew up around too many women, or that the little girl was just a tomboy. But parents usually know. Parents normally know where their kids are going sexually. Now, there have been some mistakes because maybe some children didn't discover the opposite sex or start dating until way later than what the family was used to. So they might have got asked the question, like, what are you, gay? Many men have gone through that shit. Like, my mom gonna ask me if I'm gay. Just because I don't have a girlfriend or I ain't never brought no girls around. A lot of times, though, mom was spot on. Come to find out, Jimmy was gay. Who knew? You know who knew? His cousin. Somebody knew. His best friend. Somebody knew. The girl that he pretended to be how can I put it? It could be the girl that he pretended to be a boyfriend to, just to please everybody and get everybody off his back and make them stop teasing him. Could have been that. Could have been. A lot of times parents know, especially like the male, the father might be in denial, like he ain't trying to hear that shit, he ain't trying to see it. And the mom is like, that boy baked cookies too that goddamn good. That boy baked cookies too goddamn good to be straight. I don't know what you're talking about. We about to get out of here in a minute, man. Benjamin Reigns says, if something is true, there's evidence to show it. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We're not talking about these wives who found out that their man was gay on the down low, and she claims that she never knew. What you mean you didn't know? That motherfucker probably wanted to either fuck you in the ass all the time, or he might have wanted you to peg him, and you figured that it's okay as long as he does it with a woman. You ain't think that he? So I ain't be talking that shit, man. Ain't no way. But anyway, with your child, you watch them grow. You watch him or her develop. You know what they into. You know what they like. You can act like you don't see what you're seeing or hearing what you're hearing, but hey, it goes down. Let me see. Jacob says, I have an intuition that some issues are due to repressed feminine masculine. If we never put strict guidelines in the first place, we wouldn't have any issues. I don't know if we would or we wouldn't. Let me see. What up, chicken lover? And WAP says, Wayne here, I think it can be difficult to find a good girlfriend sometimes. Can land. Come on, man. The hot female, hard hitting is hard being a straight man. It ain't hard being no straight man. It ain't hard. It ain't that hard. Shit, you a straight man. You gonna be a straight man regardless of what happens. But as a parent, that is hard. That is hard. Because you are responsible for the well-being, the mental, emotional, and physical well-being of your children. So on some level, you have to be supportive of their ideas and their aspirations and the things that they want to do. How supportive will you be? Now, that's going to be up to each individual parent. So we got some Magic Johnsons and we got some Dwayne Wades. And then, like my man said, you might have you got some Joe Jacksons out there. Sean Miller says, look at Megan Fox and her kids. Every last one of them is a member of the alphabet community, and it is at the fault of the parent, not the child, and their original thoughts. Wow. Reese says, I'd rather be straight and lonely if no girls were interested in me. Listen, you're not going to choose to be gay just because there ain't no pretty women or any women around. That's why when motherfuckers be talking that shit about, they became gay in jail. No, you finally probably came out in jail. You was gay out here. You just wasn't saying nothing. I know plenty of dudes who went to jail, and they tell you, they said, first of all that raping shit and all of that, if you ain't into no crazy shit with no crazy motherfuckers, you're not getting raped. That shit, this ain't a episode of Orange is the New Black or Women That Sell Block H or Oz or I don't know, another prison TV show, whatever. It ain't like that. They said, if you gotta go 10 years without getting no ass, then you'll go 10 years without getting no ass. But just because there are a bunch of men around and you can't get no pussy, if you a straight man, you just ain't gonna get no pussy. You know what I mean? You'll be five fingering it. The 5 fingers of life. As long as you'll do what you have to do. Hopefully, You could get something popping with a female prison guard or some shit like that if you're lucky. But other than that, they're like, Them cats who came in here and they was gay for the state, they was already that way before they became gay for the state. And it ain't just for the state either. And they also said, them cats who can't stay out of jail, said that they suspect. They must have a boyfriend in jail. Because don't nobody want to keep coming back here. If you eligible to keep going home, you ain't trying to keep coming back here. But a lot of times they got somebody in here that they need to see. I was like, ooh. Jonathan Berry says, are ghosts for real? I hope so. I hope so. And Channel says, how can I stay motivated working this week? Man, is it your pay week? Or, yeah, because if it's your pay week, that's motivation. And if it's the week that you build up your pay, maybe you could get in a few extra hours or something like that, make your check next week a little fatter. That might be a good way to motivate you. Or if you have responsibilities, the good responsibilities like a wife or children, or even a good girlfriend that that you break off a little something that could motivate you. Or if you have an opportunity to move up in position or make some extra money at the job, that might be able to motivate you. There are things you could do. Or if you have something going on this weekend, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So for many people, they're going to have a 3, maybe some people have a 4-day weekend. That might motivate you. So check it out. Chicken Lover says, moral of the story is don't get arrested if you're straight. I think the moral of the story was, if you're straight, you're going to be straight no matter what happens. Nigga like me, I wouldn't give a fuck if it was only me and another man on Gilligan's Island and the rest of the world had been blown to bits in a nuclear shower. It ain't gonna be no look, that'll be 2 men that never have sex again. Because if you touch me, I don't want to say what I would do. Because YouTube, I'm already not their best friend, but we good. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 21st, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number 1. Hold on, let me get this thing straight. Number 1 out the box, Dorothea Horton, turning 32 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Yolanda Yogi Upshaw, happy birthday to you. And also Shantae Williams, turning 50 years old today. And Abreu Bebecita, is really Bebecita Abreu, turning 29 years old today. And Donnell Poole, turning 58 years old today. And Timothy D. Williams, turning 44 years old today. And Angel Williams, turning 53 years old today. And Sakina McLaughlin, turning 51 years old today. And Nicole Santana, happy birthday to you. And Terrell B.A. Scott, turning 40 years old today. And Asia Marie Woods, happy birthday to you. And my girl, the Soul Nurse, always a supporter of the Daily Go-Getimism show and the movement, Laini Atkins. And last but not least, my man Sylvester Wright. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious, glorious, glorious May 21st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn it up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, you could be a Dwayne Wade, you could be a Magic Johnson, you could be Joe Jackson, you could be a supportive parent that does whatever you need to do when it comes to loving and supporting your kids. I'm not sure outside of getting violent with them that you could feel the wrong way. When there are differences in ideology, differences in sexual preference, differences in the way that you see lifestyle, differences in how you see creation, human creation, differences in the way that you view the social and political climate of today, you can expect there to be bumps in the road. You can expect there to be discourse. You can expect for there to be some disagreement and sometimes maybe even some separation for a little while may be necessary. You know, there are some parents who really want certain things for you and they cannot accept that you will not deliver or that you can't deliver for them. But we all got to grow up at some point. And we know that the older our children get, we can't control where they want to go with their lives. But when it comes to them being children and under our watch, under our care, under our tutelage, under our control, they come around here talking about some, I'm a boy, but I want to be a girl. I'm a girl, but I want to be a boy. Well, you're going to have to wait till you get old enough to be able to pay for all of that and make that determination, because I'll be God damn if you're going to do that over here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show, so make sure y'all come through 1 a.m. That's when we get here, 1 a.m. Please hit that like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. You know how we do, because we be doing what we do when it's time to get it done. Peace, y'all. Oh, hold on. Let me undress y'all here. Take y'all stuff off. Take my stuff off. Appreciate you all coming by. Get loose. Yo, go get them Sun 7 show you got juice. Peace, y'all.